Hello and welcome to this video blog. So this is part 2 in a 3-part series looking into the future of filmmaking. So this week let's have a look at the future of film content. One thing that can be said about the future of film content is that many rapidly developing nations will see their film industries grow much bigger in the years to come. So countries like Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil and so forth. Of course these sort of countries already have a big film industry, but arguably as they develop further they'll become even bigger. We might expect that if Western countries can get their stuff together, then hopefully diverse countries like the United States will see increased representation in their film industry. If the American film industry does become more diverse and representative in the future, then we may see US film history split into 3 eras. A traditional era in which films were barely representative at all, to a midway era in which films are beginning to see more diversity emerge, to a future era in which US films become far truer to the country in which they are made. Globally, as indie films can reach a higher level of quality for a lower production cost, we may see more new, original and wacky films emerge around the world, and not just super low budget ones that get viewed by a few thousand on a YouTube channel. I'm talking about films that can reach cinema audiences around the globe and really do its part to transform what the general concept of film and cinema means. Another development in film content may be the increased use of CGI. We may reach a point later in the century in which films that are not sci-fi, fantasy or action-packed begin to use CGI more often. So you can imagine a drama which includes the protagonist travelling to China for a business trip, but instead of actually going to Shanghai, the filmmakers could produce it purely from CGI and use virtual reality to give the actors the ideas to where the street will be, where the buildings will be and so forth, while filming them against a green background and walking on a 3-dimensional treadmill. This is one possibility. Obviously at this stage most people in the film industry and critics would argue that CGI should always remain as an addition to the filming itself, and while as a person who loves film I'd like to believe that, I don't know if that's necessarily true. Thinking further ahead into the 22nd century, quantum computers may be given a script, a description of the characters, setting and mood of the scenes, and then subsequently churn out a film that is purely computerized/digital. Of course we already have films that are computerized in the form of animations like Inside Out, but what if in 100 years it's possible to produce computer generated films that are indistinguishable from reality? They would likely eventually become much cheaper, far easier to make, and open far more possibilities in terms of the visuals, camera work, and also in terms of the editing cuts that would take humans far longer to make. Or of course, maybe as physicist Michio Kaku calls it, caveman principle may win out and either computer generated films will not catch on to this extent, or we'll have to wait another few centuries for it to become accepted as the norm. So at this stage it's kind of hard to tell where the future of film content is going exactly. One possibility that I said is that rapidly developing countries will see their film industries grow even bigger, and of course representation may hopefully become more commonplace throughout Western cinema, and also particularly in the US. We may also see that independent films and low budget films become far more commonplace to the extent that the industry itself is unrecognisable from what we have today. So thanks for watching this video blog. Don't forget to subscribe to weekly video blogs every single Friday. This particular series is a 3-part series and part 3 is coming out in 2 weeks time. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you again next time.